Right, here we are back again with another game submitted here by Yoru. And he's spawned here in the Blue Infernal. His opponent, where's his arc ship flying away here? Is nobody. There's just no, there's a blank name, but I think this is the cat emoji uh, celestial on the leaderboard. If you go check out the leaderboard up in the top there, one of them is just a cat emoji. And that is PartinG. And here's PartinG. PartinG's opened here with a very interesting dance with his arc ship, sending it out to do a little bit of a hokey pokey. I think that's a strong early game. We do have his Morph Core turning into a collection array. That's not cool. But the hokey pokey is where he gets all his power, I think. And Yoru, seeing the hokey pokey, deciding, I need to get out of there. And actually just comes home to do some creeping with his gaunts. And it looks like Yoru's open Conclave with a second vault on the low ground. And PartinG is like, who needs base? Who needs units? I need bases. That's what I need. And I'm just going to go collection array, collection array, collection array. No more hokey pokey because now the game's got serious. So the arc ship has business. And we see a power bank and we do have a morph core, and I bet that's going to be more bases. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll be a creation chamber. We will see. Yoru doing some creepy here, managing to get 3 fiends out of that. Another power bank here. Here comes our morph core. What do we get? Creation chamber. Boom. There we go. Okay, so we are only going to be on 3 bases to start. Another morph core coming out. And Yoru marching across the map. A brute. And 4 gaunts. And here come 3. The creation chamber just being finished. Also being surged. And an Argent about to pop out. Another creation chamber on the high ground. And we got some mining, it looks like, or a prism about to be created for some therium mining. And the Argent chases them away because that's a PartinG Argent there. And PartinG Argents are super tough. Somehow they are immortal. They stay alive forever. And yeah, they always have energy. I don't know, they're just extra special. But here are 2 PartinG Argents coming out, and actually, as tough as they are, I don't know if they want to fight this whole army here. But they're like, yeah, let's see if we can pick off one of your units. Let's see if we can maybe zot this brute down. Let's see if we can get those fiends. So some good micros, some good kiting so far. And as soon as the units turn around, PartinG jumps on them. He's like, let me chase you down. These Argents just not, speedy enough to necessarily chase them down. And where are you going? Going to capture that health camp. Get it back. Meanwhile, the Argents are going to creep out the vision camp, and it looks like Yoru has retreated back to his side of the map to also get his vision camp. What else we got out of PartinG up here? We do have a Guardian Nexus coming down. We'll see what upgrades he gets there. Probably just Argent upgrades. Knowing PartinG, he kind of likes Argents, and here they come. They're like, I want an energy camp. Let me get on top of this Hexen. Let me maybe get a kill. There's so many fiends there. Ooh, a little mini surround. Little mini surround. 1 Argent going down. So much for Immortals. 1 going down, and that's enough for Yoru. He says, I'm going to retreat. Let me get out of here. And these Argents try and chase down the gaunts while also trying to steal the energy camp. Remember, energy camp's super good for Argents because not only can you soak up in the energy camp and all get up to full energy, but it gives you that passive energy regen so that you're always just regenerating some energy, keeping you able with that high DPS. So now they come out with that energy and are like, let's fight. A couple Kree added. Interesting. 2 units out of PartinG today, not just massing Argents. And we got roly-polies That's super good against these Gaunts. They want to roll on top of the Gaunts, get their splash damage. Here they go. Ooh, getting on a couple, but not kind of getting body blocked by a few of those brutes. So good work out of Yoru to get some of those brutes out front. Splitting one of his brutes as well. I think also good. Getting that white health. That brute was almost dead. Might as well send him to the chopper. And Korean Argent's pretty good at creeping, honestly. Pretty good DPS out of them, especially if your Argent's got some power. Now we got this energy camp taken as well, but the other one had been retaken by these fiends. So again, the energy camp not super great for the Infernal, other than your Hexen here is going to regen faster, and she likes that energy. But just being able to deny it from PartinG so that he doesn't have that extra passive regen on his Argents is just super good. So if you're up against a Celestial, especially if they're going Argent or another unit comp that relies a lot on energy, like maybe casters like Cabals or Animasters. Actually, now we have a little battle here, and those Kree jumped on top, killing a number of brutes there, but then retreating. I think going back to the healing camp, I think probably could have done a little damage there. Maybe unknowing that Yoru's army is out of position, creeping way over here. And these trees are actually still up. That just means it's a longer walk time back to the base. But I think PartinG has chosen to also come and creep out these other resource-based camps. The Therium camp here. Of course, the Luminite camp. Also haven't taken down the trees. Do that easily with a Morph Core. Oh, I saw an Arc Fortress. Where are you going? Where are you going, Mr. Arc Fortress? That's a speedy little Arc Fortress. Oh, it's surged as well. Okay. Speedy. Probably upgraded with the Arc Fortress speed. Oh! I thought that Arc Fortress was going to go melt a base, and then he turned around and... But no, going back out. Did a little hokey pokey again there in the middle. Unsure where he really wants to go. Fully saturated up here. One prism. And it's still just a small little force here. While we got a whole bunch of units here going to... Oh, looks like a few are going to capture this base. While a pretty large army is moving across the map. And the Arc Fortress, I think we know where this is going. This is a PartinG signature move. But spotted, and Yoru gets some Gaunts underneath. There's only 4, so that's not really going to out DPS this. Also getting some Sprigs on it. But meanwhile, also moving his army up here. The Kree actually getting on top of these Gaunts, killing some Gaunts and Hexen. Not looking good for Yoru, actually. Those brutes going down as well. So this push gets pushed back. His base gets melted, but it gets rebuilt. But hey, Arc Fortress, I wonder if you were willing to sacrifice your life for that. You may have killed a shrine, but we killed a greater, or an elder shrine, technically, in an Arc Fortress. So, alright. Ooh, here we have, I didn't see this, probably coming in, and it looks like some blood splatters over here. Missing out. So, this is a harass-based build out of PartinG. Using his Arc Fortress to delete one base, and then using a Archangel to try and do some eco damage to some imps. But it's not pure Archangel. Behind this, he's adding a sort of a more normal comp with Scythes and Argents. This Morph Core trying to retake this. But not... Okay, here's another Morph Core looking to expand. I'm saying he hasn't really gone for that mass expand yet. And this Morph Core getting taken out, that kind of sucks. And these sides here deciding to square off with these Sprigs. But, yeah, okay, maybe they're going to do alright. With their shields up, they're doing okay. Spriggans can be pretty good against sides. Actually, to be honest, I think this match is kind of fair to both sides. It's really going to come down to who has more units and who's got better micro, and whether the sides are able to use their shield ability or not. So PartinG able to regain control over those resource towers at the top. A couple brutes. Not sure what they're doing here. Just getting out in front. And this is an awkward place to engage, and that meteor strike killing a number of gaunts there. But it looks like through focus fire, the Archangel's going to go down. But up here we have the Argents. There's a nice Nightfall infestation, but it looks like it was inside that Purify, and so I think PartinG just ignored it, because Purify immediately will remove all of the debuff that comes from the Nightfall infestation, which is to say Purify good. Okay, Purify good. These size here actually, ooh, this is uncharacteristic, losing some size there to some gaunts and just straight up fight. Probably microing some of his other units there, actually losing an Archangel there too. These Argents being pulled back to hug inside that those power banks there for their reduce that surface area. Now regrouping from Yoru, added some Shadow Flyers. Nice nice split by PartinG to split off one scythe there and neutralize the Shadow Flyers mostly, and also doing a good job to micro those scythes to pick off the Weavers. Not that the Weavers are super... Oh, okay, I was going to say, not that there's much for them to target, but they did just yank in another Animancer. Another Purify going down, mostly trying to get energy on these scythes and on the Argents here. Another Animancer coming in. Is she going to get a Dark Prophecy off? Just tiny little armies engaging here. Not like a max ball. We only got a single Animancer and a handful of Argents here, but they're pushing out because they're just hoping to do some damage against this, again, kind of small strike force from Yoru. And Yoru's just streaming units, so he's trying to reinforce as much as he can and looking for another vulnerable location. I think this is super smart. His units are definitely a little bit more maneuverable, and we see the Sovereign's Watch going down to try and defend, and ooh, very nice Dark Prophecy from that Animancer, but there's only this single Animancer. She's got that cooldown on her Dark Prophecies now, of course, after the nerfs to some of the casters last time, adding that 15-second cooldown. You need a handful of the Animancers if you really want to spam them. And now by rotating back and forth, Yoru, oh, I thought almost going to get that power bank, but not quite. Very low. Of course, it heals up, but it looked like it's down to almost one hit point there. Very nice Dark Prophecy, getting a Spriggan. Again, you need those to land when you are having a small number of Animancers here. That Dark Prophecy doing a pretty good job at more zoning than damage, and allowing the Animaster to keep casting there, to just leave it up as a zoning tool. And now Yoru is pulling back, actually splitting his forces. I think this is just creeping, and PartinG also taking that opportunity, just a small breather here, to say, okay, I'm going to retake this vision cap. Of course, very helpful to see your opponent's movements. Scan, very interesting. Managing to see the base, but also seeing the army location. And here's some Shadow Flyers impacting on the sides, but I think that was unintentional. They probably just zoned their way in there. Ooh, pretty good ones, but the shields were already up. A couple sides going down. Huge Dark Prophecies, melting some Gaunts, absolutely melting Gaunts. Also on the top there, another Dark Prophecy, trying to get on top of those brutes. But it looks like the whole army's come up here. And while there was some good positioning there, now, okay, pretty good Dark Prophecies, but that Ironmaster goes down, and this force, this is just looking a little bit better for Yoru right now in terms of just numbers. Huge Dark Prophecies, though. Keep going down in really sweet, good spots, and just trying to power through a couple of them. That means a lot of damage done to Yoru's units. A lot of work coming out of these Animancers. Probably one of the best casters in the game, for sure. Oh, just, yeah. Unfortunately, they're just waiting for those cooldowns. They only have so many that they can spam, even if they cancel one. And now, with both Animasters going down, we're just seeing these brutes on top of Argents The Scythes are trying to take out the Gaunts and doing a good job. This is often how you see these battles go. The ground army defeats the ground army of the Celestial, but the Scythes remain above in the air, able to do damage. We got Sarva's Watch going down, a couple more Animancers out. Ooh, sorry. We got Shadow Flyers out here. Huge impacts on the Shadow Flyers, although some pretty good splits. Lots of really low size. The Scythes trying to get on top of the Gaunts, and pretty good micro to focus fire down the Gaunts and clear them up. And, well, this force might be cleaned up, although there are still units streaming in here for Yoru. And again, it's been a huge skirmishy game so far, this whole game. Like, almost constant battles. These poor units walking right through the Dark Prophecy. This is never a good sign when you have to Dark Prophecy basically your own units to just try and keep them alive. And there goes another Animancer down. And it's just not very many units here for Yoru, but they just keep streaming in, and for whatever reason, PartinG just doesn't have enough to DPS them down and clean this up. The units just keep coming in. Those brutes are on top of the Argents, and we see more Argents going down. The Scythes trying to get on top of the Gaunts before they can maybe do their own focus fire on the weak Scythes. Scythes always moving around here trying to cause those Gaunts to retarget. But now here we got some Shadow Flyers, some very nice splits, but there's so many weak Scythes that those Shadow Flyers killed 4 or 5 there. And now these Gaunts might be, and that's a GG from PartinG. Great game.